year or next year is to either go online and look at what the designers are doing, or from February, March, it's all the awards, the Oscars, the BAFTAs. But I really feel that even now, more so than ever, that girls want things that are a little bit more simple. So it's not all really structured, really puffy, really over the top stuff. Girls want stuff that's a lot softer, a lot more romantic, and basically that almost complements their skin. So you want something that's going to complement your dress, but at the same time it's not going to completely overshadow it. And more so now than ever, I'm seeing brides that are actually going for more headpieces, like intricate headpieces, embellishment, as opposed to the veils. I'm not saying that veils are gone, but brides are sort of moving a little bit more away from that.
Yeah, we heard that earlier on actually.
Yeah.
Kathy was down and saying that headpieces are becoming really popular now. So could somebody, say somebody sees a headpiece and falls in love with it, could they then come to you with the headpiece and say, I bought this, I love it, can you make it work? Is that the way you do it, or do you do hair first and then find the headpiece?
Well, a lot of the time if you find something and you're like, oh my god, I absolutely love this, you know, you have to kind of work with, you know, the dress. They have to kind of work together. Your headpiece, which I mean basically your veil and your gorgeous. So you can change it up without actually completely changing.
And that's what brides want to do.
And that's how you're getting well, Marissa. You transformed her. I'd love to turn her around and have people see the back of there because it's absolutely beautiful. Could you stand up, actually, Laura? Sorry to bother you. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it's that softness that you're talking about.
Yeah, that's the softness.
You can sit right down, Laura.
I've really seen actually a lot of girls, in particular, and this is another trend that's really coming through. I think it's because of Downton Abbey and the success of the show.
Downton Abbey has lots of answer for.
I know, lots of wrapping, lots of this, those sort of finger waves, but obviously with a much more softer, much more modern element. And again, it's just that softness. Brides don't want to look too sort of, that sort of 80s, 70s, overly structured. Girls are a lot more, they're with it nowadays. They know what's in fashion, they know what they like, they know who they are, they know what trends they like. So a lot of brides are just keeping it quite soft. But obviously you have that element of where things are, you're influenced by things. So you like certain things. It's like if someone came in and said, I loved this picture, from Downton Abbey, you're like, okay, well we could do something like that, but maybe give it a much more modern twist.
Have you had to do what Kennison? Have you had to say to brides, yes, I see the picture you brought in of Jennifer Aniston or whoever, but that's not going to work for you?
I mean, it depends. Most of the time, of course, you can make things work, but a lot of the time it's like, for hair, it's really just about the type of hair that you have and the thickness and the density. So if something is quite long and it's a really full up style and you don't, your hair is in a bob, then that's not going to work.
What about face shape? Does face shape matter?
Yeah, absolutely. A few things as well that brides really, really, you have to take into consideration are the size of people's ears. So many girls are really self-conscious about their ears, really self-conscious about, even their jaw, whether you've got a square jaw, square face, round face, that type of thing. A lot, again, it's, something like this it nearly covers all spectrums because it's quite soft. If you're worried about certain things, it relaxes,
Laura's ears are just fine, we should say for the record, by the way. You can't see them, but they're absolutely perfect.
They're gorgeous.
That's what everyone's thought of.
No, sometimes a bride would say to you, I hate my ears, and you're like, why? But different people are self-conscious about different
things. And you can work around that, and your job is to make them feel the best they can
that's
feel.
the thing. You're like, I like this, it's quite structured, but I just want that little bit of softness. So again, that's what falls into your trial. Even I always say to people, come in and have a chat with me before your trial. So that way, when you have your trial, which is an hour and a half, you have that full hour and a half of, you can maybe get 2 or 3 different looks. If there's 6 different things that you want to try.
2 or 3 different looks on the whole
absolutely.
trial.
When you're doing a trial, like when I do a trial, I do it very softly, not too much spray, prepped really well. So then we can say, okay, we'll just take this down and then we can try other things. It's not stuck together, you're not like, okay, well this is going to take another hour to do something else.
That's great.
You're trying different things. But I always say, call in earlier in the week, have a chat, and even show me your dress. Because I always say, try and have your dress, at least your dress, that way you can work.
I was about to say, would you recommend, is it kind of pointless going to see someone about hair if you haven't got the guna?
It is,
yeah, it is.
Yeah. Because your dress, then what falls next is your headpiece, and then, all of those things can come afterwards. So have your dress off first, and then pop in, have a little chat with someone, and you can say, okay, I'm not getting married for 9 months. Pop in, have a chat, and then I can take mental note, we can save a few pictures. You can kind of be building yourself up to it, so you don't go in blind on the day of your trial and feel like, God, I actually need another trial, I don't know if I'm happy with that, I don't know, so you can try a few different things, that's always good.
And have you found yourself in a situation where you've said to somebody, okay, look, I know you didn't want this, but let me try this. Trust me, I think it'll look fab. And then when you finished it, they love it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, a lot of girls as well, I actually find a lot of girls nowadays are just, quite simple. A lot of girls don't actually wear their hair up. They love it just
That's amazing. For a lot of people on their big day, it might be the only time they've ever had their hair done up style.
Yeah, that is so true. And you'd be really, really surprised at how many girls just don't like their hair up, just wear it down, they just have never had the opportunity to have it up. And then you start putting it up again, you're going, just trust me, we'll keep it quite soft. Softness covers all girls, all girls love softness. And then you can sort of be a little bit more adventurous. I always take pictures as well the day of your trial, say, go away, have a little look, have a think about it, show your friends, show your mom, and then you can always have another trial done. And that again is being prepared. So you're coming in, you're having that chat weeks or 2 before, and then on the day of your trial, you have lots of time to experiment.
And would you recommend that brides do go up? What about somebody who just loves having their long hair down?
No, it's not about what they should or shouldn't do. I think it's about the person. It has to be about the person and what they do.
Marissa, you're nearly done. That's incredibly quick.
Pretty much.
This is Downton Abbey all over.
But yeah, I mean, the thing is, fresh flowers as well. Now obviously you want, flowers that are quite small, intricate. You don't want, huge flowers. Actually, Jenny Peckham, a really famous bridal designer, she did the whole, I think they're called garlands.
That's right,
Which is
yeah.
sort of wrapped around the head, huge big things. Obviously that is, a little bit over the top for most people. But yeah, fresh flowers are really nice. Again, that's going to bring me more simplistic. I mean, girls nowadays are going for, something a little bit more rustic, a little bit more off-beaten. Trying to do things that are a little bit different, not your typical, I guess, hotel weddings. They want to do something that's a little bit different. So if you're going for something that's more country-esque, I guess, and you want your hair and your makeup to maybe reflect that as well.
I love the idea of fresh flowers.
Yeah,
it's really
it's
pretty.
really, really nice. And again, it's quite soft and it's a little bit more, I guess, that sort of country girl look, really relaxed. And yeah, they're really nice, but again, it depends on the bride, but their stuff is kind of coming through more and more. Brides are kind of moving away from things that are a little bit more structured, but it depends on what the girl wants.
And Marissa, just remind people, if they're sitting here and they think she's fantastic, I want her to do my hair for my wedding day, where do they go? How do they get in touch with you?
Our shop is called Davey Davey. It's on Drury Street. It's not my shop. The guys are called Paul and Ian Davey. And our number is 01611 400, and you can call up, you can email us. We have an amazing website as well, daveydavey.com.
And you're here, you've got to stand
down
here.
We're here, we're together, we're actually with Ken, we're right beside Ken. He's there annoying us 24/7. We're at E3, you can pop down and have a chat with us. I've loads of my work on our iPads. You can just talk, the best thing is to talk and get information.
Have a chat.